So let's look at hybridization in Ethyne as well. So Ethyne is an alkyne with a formula C2H2. And this is the bonding illustration in Ethyne in terms of its covalency. So I have two carbon atoms here bonded by a triple bond with hydrogen attached on the terminal. Is that okay? So I've labeled them carbon A and then carbon B. Also, I have the excited state configuration of each carbon atom, A and B, illustrated here as well. Now, we first of all need to know the state of each carbon atom in terms of its hybridization. We have a multiple bond, that's a triple bond. And I said we can treat the multiple bond as a single bond. And once you do that, it gives you an easy trick to identify the states around the number of groups which can predict the hybridization of the central atom. So this carbon A has 1, 2. So 2 groups represent an sp hybridization. And carbon B, 1, 2, also an sp hybridization. So let me draw back our multiple bond. So we know that carbon A is undergoing sp, carbon B is also undergoing what? Sp hybridization. So in the excited state here, carbon A is going to use the 2s orbital and then the 2px orbital. In carbon B, the 2s orbital and then the 2px orbital. With the exception of the py and then the pz in carbon A, same applies to that of what? Carbon B. Now let's draw the structure. So carbon A is undergoing sp hybridization. So I'm just drawing the shape of the sp. Don't forget, we missed the s with electrons and px also with an electron. So we indicate the electron orientation here as well for carbon A. Then let's come to carbon B. So let me draw carbon B here. Carbon B is also sp. So draw the shape of the sp around carbon B, coming in with its electrons in the s and then the px as well. So there is an overlap, a linear overlap here, which corresponds to a bond formation, and that bond is a sigma bond. So we have the sp sigma bond that is formed here. In both A and B, the py and pz were not part of the mixing. So we are going to illustrate them over here. And then I'm also going to illustrate the other one here as well. And then when I get here, and then I'm going to illustrate the other one here as well. Is that okay? So this is my pz, and then this is my py. My pz, and this is my py. Don't forget that each py and pz has electrons on it. Is that okay? So due to the electron accommodation in both the px and py, there can be a lateral overlap. So this py orbital here and this py orbital here, based on their orientation, they can overlap. So we use an arrow to indicate that there can be an overlap between these two hybrid orbitals, these two pz orbitals, so that they form a bond, and that bond is a pi bond. So first of all, we have the sigma bond here, we have another pi bond here. So this is the two carbon atoms. We've had the first sigma bond, and that is one of the multiple bonds. Another pi bond, that is the second. Also, between the pz here and then this pz here, based on the orientation, they can also overlap. So when you bring this one out here, it's like this. And this one is also like this. So they can overlap. P orbitals, they can overlap. So there can be another overlap between this pz atomic orbital and then this pz atomic orbital. And we can indicate that using a dot as illustrated here, leading to the formation of another pi bond. And that is the last of the triple bond we have over there. Is that okay? Again, we have hydrogen atom at the terminal forming bonds with the carbon. Don't forget hydrogen has a configuration of 1s1, indicating it comes always with the s orbital. So the hydrogen will then come with a spherical s orbital with 1 electron to form what? A sigma bond. The hydrogen will come with its spherical s orbital with 1 electron to form a sigma bond. This is a hybridization illustration in Ethyne. Is that okay? Thank you.